Honey's been a treasure for centuries, not just for its sweetness, but for its healing powers. From ancient remedies to today's kitchens, it's got a glowing reputation. For seniors especially, honey can work wonders. It calms sore throats, boosts gut health, gives quick energy, and even helps with sleep or skin healing. But here's the catch: use it wrong, and those benefits can vanish, or worse, it could mess with your health. In this video, I'm breaking down the 7 honey mistakes seniors need to avoid to make sure every drop counts. Whether you're drizzling it on toast, stirring it into tea, or using it when you're feeling under the weather, these tips will help you get the most out of honey without the pitfalls. I learned this the hard way. A few years back, my mom, who's in her late 60s, started swapping sugar for honey, thinking it was a healthier choice. She'd add it to everything: her coffee, oatmeal, even salad dressings. But her energy was all over the place, and her doctor flagged her blood sugar creeping up. Turns out she was making some classic mistakes with honey. That's why I'm sharing this with you, so you can enjoy honey's benefits without the surprises. We'll cover why not all honey is equal, how heating it wrong can ruin its magic, and why going overboard can spike your blood sugar. Plus, I'll debunk myths, reveal hidden risks, and share the smartest ways to use honey to support your health. Why does this matter for seniors? As we age, our bodies get pickier about what we eat. Honey can be a gentle boost for energy, immunity, and even mental clarity, but only if you use it right. Done wrong, it can add to problems like inflammation or unstable blood sugar. Let's dive into the first mistake, and trust me, it's one most people make without realizing. Mistake number 1: thinking all honey's the same. You're at the store, you grab a jar of honey, maybe it's in a cute bear bottle labeled pure, and you think, this'll do. I did the same thing for years. But here's the truth: not all honey is created equal, and picking the wrong one can mean you're just getting fancy sugar. Raw honey is the real deal, straight from the hive, minimally strained, and packed with enzymes, antioxidants, and antibacterial compounds. These are what make honey a superstar for soothing throats or healing cuts. Processed honey, it's heated and filtered to look smooth and last forever on the shelf, but that process kills off the good stuff. Enzymes like glucose oxidase, which help fight bacteria, gone. Antioxidants for inflammation, mostly gone. You're left with something that's basically sugar syrup dressed up as honey. Then there's ultra-filtered honey, which sounds fancy but isn't. It strips out pollen, the fingerprint that shows where honey comes from. Without pollen, you can't tell if it's real or mixed with cheap fillers like corn syrup. Some honey out there is straight up fake. Studies have caught brands blending in rice syrup or worse. And don't forget varietals. Honey from different flowers has different powers. Manuka honey's a beast for wound healing. Buckwheat honey beats cough syrup for kids' coughs in studies. Local wildflower honey might ease allergies by exposing you to tiny bits of local pollen. For seniors, this matters. Your immune system, digestion, and skin can use the extra help from raw, high-quality honey. Next time you shop, skip the plastic bears. Look for glass jars labeled raw, unfiltered, or single origin like clover or acacia. Check for no additives or local. Avoid anything saying honey blend or ultra filtered. Those are warning signs. Better yet, hit a farmer's market and talk to a beekeeper. My mom now gets her honey from a local guy at our market, and the difference in flavor and how she feels is night and day. Mistake number 2: treating honey like a free pass, healthy sugar. This one's sneaky, and I bet you've done it. Honey's natural, so it's got to be better than sugar, right? You can pour it on everything without worry. That's what my mom thought, and it backfired. Here's why: honey's still sugar, about 80% glucose and fructose. It spikes your blood sugar, makes your pancreas pump insulin, and overdo it, and your liver's working overtime, just like with regular sugar. Sure, raw honey has trace vitamins and antioxidants, but those don't erase the sugar hit. For seniors whose insulin sensitivity often dips, piling on honey can lead to weight gain, tiredness, or even a higher diabetes risk. 1 teaspoon a day? Usually fine. But a tablespoon in your tea, another on your yogurt, and some in your muffin recipe? That's 50 plus grams of sugar, double what the American Heart Association suggests for older adults: 25 to 36 grams of added sugar daily. I saw this with my aunt too. She'd drizzle honey on fruit, in smoothies, even on pancakes, thinking it was healthy. Her doctor wasn't thrilled with her A1C levels. The fix? Use honey like a spice. Small amounts, big impact. Drizzle a teaspoon on plain yogurt with berries instead of sugary flavored yogurt. Skip it in baking and use spices like cinnamon for sweetness. And track your honey use for a few days. You'll be shocked how fast it adds up. If you're active and eating whole foods, a little honey's great. But if you're watching blood sugar or weight, treat it like a treat, not a staple. Mistake number 3, ignoring honey's blood sugar impact. This one's critical if you're managing blood sugar or diabetes. Honey's natural, but it's not a free pass for your glucose levels. My neighbor, a senior with prediabetes, learned this when he started using honey in his morning coffee. His blood sugar readings were all over the place. Honey's glycemic index, GI, is 45 to 65, depending on the type, better than table sugar's 65, but still not low. It raises blood sugar sometimes fast, especially if you're eating it alone or with carbs like toast. For seniors with insulin resistance, this can mess with your glucose control, especially if you're on meds like metformin or insulin. Some folks think honey stabilizes blood sugar. Sorry, that's a myth. It gives quick energy, not stability. Darker honeys like buckwheat might have more antioxidants, but their sugar impact is still real. The trick? Portion control and timing. A teaspoon of honey after a protein-packed meal, like eggs and veggies, hits your blood sugar softer than honey in tea on an empty stomach. Pair it with fiber or fats, like nuts or avocado, to slow the spike. If you're diabetic, test your blood sugar after eating honey. Use a glucometer and log the results. My neighbor did this and found 1 teaspoon was fine, but 2 sent his numbers soaring. Don't assume honey's safe just because it's not candy. It's better than soda, sure, but it's still sugar. Focus on low GI foods like leafy greens, lentils, or salmon, and save honey for small, intentional moments. Mistake number 4, overheating honey in cooking or baking. This mistake kills honey's benefits before you even taste it. I used to bake honey-sweetened banana bread, thinking I was being healthy. Turns out I was just eating sugary bread. Here's why. Heating honey too much, especially above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, destroys its enzymes, antioxidants, and antibacterial powers. Above 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius, it's basically just sugar water. Most cooking and baking happens at 300 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That obliterates what makes honey special. Those enzymes that soothe your throat, gone. The antioxidants fighting inflammation, toast. Plus, high heat can create hydroxymethylfurfural, HMF, a compound that in large amounts might cause inflammation or toxicity. Traditional practices like Ayurveda have warned against heating honey for centuries. My fix? I save honey for raw uses. Drizzle it on oatmeal after it's cooked, or stir it into tea once it's cooled to drinking temp. For baking, try maple syrup or mashed dates. They handle heat better. If you're glazing veggies, add honey at the end, off the heat. And skip honey-baked store-bought goods. Most use so little honey or heat it so much you're not getting any benefits. Treat honey like a delicate flower. It's powerful, but only if you don't cook the life out of it. Mistake number 5, missing medication interactions. This one's a shocker because honey feels so safe. But for seniors on meds, honey can sometimes stir up trouble. My dad, who's on blood pressure meds, had no idea honey could mess with his prescriptions until his pharmacist flagged it. If you're on diabetes meds like insulin or metformin, honey's sugar can throw off your glucose control, risking spikes or crashes. Blood pressure meds? Some studies suggest high honey intake might amplify their effects, dropping your pressure too low. Watch for dizziness or fatigue. Blood thinners like warfarin? Raw honey has natural salicylates, which could, in rare cases, boost bleeding risk. Even diuretics can be tricky. Honey's potassium in large amounts might mess with electrolyte balance. The takeaway? Don't assume honey's neutral. Check with your doctor or pharmacist, especially if you're on multiple meds or just started using honey more. Stick to small doses. A teaspoon or 2 daily is usually fine. My dad now enjoys his honey sparingly and checks in with his doc if he changes his routine. Mistake number 6, buying fake or adulterated honey. This mistake burns me up. You think you're buying pure honey, but some jars are packed with junk. My cousin got duped by a cheap supermarket brand. Turns out it was mostly corn syrup. Studies show a lot of store-bought honey, especially budget brands, is adulterated with fillers like high fructose corn syrup, rice syrup, or glucose syrup. These have zero health benefits and can spike inflammation or blood sugar worse than real honey. Ultra filtered honey is another scam. It removes pollen, so you can't verify its source. Some imported honeys even have antibiotics or heavy metals. For seniors with sensitive systems, that's a risk you don't need. Protect yourself. Buy raw, unfiltered honey from local beekeepers or trusted brands. Look for 100% pure, no additives, or single origin on the label. Real honey's thicker, sometimes cloudy, and crystallizes over time. That's a good sign. Skip anything too clear or dirt cheap. My cousin now gets her honey from a local farm, and she swears it's like tasting honey for the first time. Mistake number 7, forgetting honey's external powers. This isn't about doing something wrong, it's about missing out on honey's full potential. Honey's not just for eating, it's a game changer for your skin, throat, and more. My grandma used to dab raw honey on cuts, and they'd heal like magic. Science backs her up. Honey's antibacterial and moisturizing properties make it great for minor wounds, burns, or dry skin. Manuka honey is even used in hospitals for wound care. For coughs, honey beats over the counter syrups in studies. A teaspoon before bed can calm a tickly throat and help you sleep. Local honey might ease allergies by exposing you to tiny pollen doses. My friend swears by it for spring sniffles. And for digestion, a teaspoon in warm, not hot water can soothe reflux or bloating without antacid side effects. Don't just eat honey, use it. Dab it on a scrape, mix it into a face mask, or stir it into tea for a sore throat. It's been a remedy for thousands of years for a reason. Let's wrap this up. Honey's a gem for seniors, but only if you use it smart. Here are the 7 mistakes to dodge. Thinking all honey's the same. Go for raw, unfiltered, local. Treating honey like a limitless healthy sugar, use it sparingly. Ignoring its blood sugar impact, monitor if you're diabetic. Overheating honey, save it for raw uses. Missing medication interactions, check with your doc. Buying fake honey, stick to trusted sources. Forgetting honey's external uses. It's not just food. Honey's more than a sweetener. It's a tool for better health, from energy to healing. But it's all about quality, moderation, and know-how. My mom's now thriving with her honey routine, using just a teaspoon a day from a local beekeeper, and she feels the difference. If this helped you see honey differently, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on thriving as you age. Share this with someone who loves honey. They'll thank you. And drop a comment. How do you use honey? Any surprising benefits? Your story could spark someone else's healthy habit. Stay sweet, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.